Fancy girls.
That's cool.
You thought Pat had some time on his hands this week?
Did you say? I hope people are tuning in for that and they saw that. Big Joe, what's up, doggy dog?
JoJo.
Did you see
What's up, guys?
Man, did you see the fucking intro?
No.
Man, Big Pat just played it on and it opened the show. It was real pro. It's kind of gangster, dude.
All right.
It looked really cool.
We're not pros, so we could do it again. Hold on.
Catchy song too. I like your choices.
Yeah, that is so dope.
Wasn't that sick?
Good job, man. That is so cool.
So welcome. I got a slightly surrounding around me. I'm not at the shop today. I had to step out, but Big Matt is there taking care of business. How's it going over there, Matt?
Pretty good.
We getting any customers in there? Tons?
Some pinball.
Go drag him in off the street.
Yeah, so Patrick, he was telling me just a second ago, he misses that Iron Maiden pinball machine noise. So if you could get someone playing over there.
We didn't hear it at the last auction. We didn't hear it.
Yeah, I didn't have any drunk women that were in there trying to seduce me at the fucking in the shop that day.
Better luck this week.
No lunatics. Man, I hope people are tuning into all this stuff in our little Halloween world because you could miss out on some shit. This is fun stuff that happens in these things.
We're a bunch of wackos.
I know the views have. I see there's some pretty good amount of views. I mean, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with the amount so far.
Yes, yeah, it is.
We're creeping slowly but surely.
Slowly.
Hey, follow the fun. That's my slogan. And this is a blast. And, it doesn't really matter. I get to sit here and chat with good buddies. This is a nice communication tool with my shop over there. I can be there and not there at the same time. Pretty cool.
All right. The wife just walked in one piece, so we're good.
Good deal.
Yeah, you missed it, Joe. I was just telling that we just got zonked with at least over half a foot of snow outside.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Weather's crazy. Weather's crazy out there right now.
And it's still going, but I had to plow the driveway so the wife could pull a car in. So I was rushing to get here. It's everywhere. I can have all the time in the world, but right before we start this, something comes up and I'm rushing to sit down and do this. It sucks. I'm excited. I want to sit down, relax, and I'm.
Then rushing. You can't breathe. Speaking of which, I got to be careful. I'm starting to put on some poundage myself. I'm having that end of the down season hibernation mode. I got to kick out of for the next couple of months.
Well, remember, dad bods are in. Dad bods are in.
Pass.
I know. Yeah, that's a good point. Hey, just out of curiosity, is anybody talking yet on the text?
Let me see.
What, on the comments?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Gabriel. What's up, Gabriel? Gabriel's in the chat. He's always there. He's great.
Dave Alberson.
Oh, shit.
Dave Alberson.
Yeah.
Give me a second. This probably stupid as crap.
Gabriel wants us to move back to Sundays because it's tough because he's on the West Coast, so he's at work still.
Where? Oh, man. If anybody asks me any questions, will you guys, Matt, someone relay it to me? I'm using my phone, and it's impossible to see the words people are saying. It's so small. So just a heads up, I can't actually read what people are saying, but if it's anything I need to hear, I trust you.
Oh, they're just saying nothing but bad things about you. So they're just talking real bad about you.
Why aren't you in the hot tub is my only question.
Hey,
I told you.
Yeah, I thought we were going to see you in a hot tub, bro. What happened?
Oh, he froze.
Oh, no.
I just noticed his tag is creamy goodness.
Squirt. That's what he calls squirt.
Oh my god, that's funny.
You might have to back out and come back in. You're freezing.
Patrick, can you make an outro as well? I see there's an outro.
Yeah, it's nothing fancy. It was just something I grabbed. I'll work on something better.
No, that's cool. I didn't realize this little section was here.
was dope.
He's coming back slowly. Also, under the banners tab, there's like these like Yo Mama jokes. I don't know if Mike wrote these through here or someone wrote these, but
I don't know where those came from.
they're just here, and I don't know what to do with them. So
Yeah, we're navigating this. I did some StreamYard homework this week trying to figure out all this stuff.
maybe I don't know if Mike, can you see those so you can answer them like directly?
Yeah, he's freezing up like
He's still
crazy.
frozen.
Damn.
That's all right.
Mike's favorite drink is squirt.
Oh, Mr. Pat, did you see my my message in Messenger?
Which one?
It was the one in regards to the app called Rave. So
Oh, I didn't even I saw that. Yes, I didn't get a chance to explore it. If it's something where we can all watch it together, but I know like anytime you do like a watch along on YouTube, you just have to make sure we can all watch it, but nobody can see it or hear it or just get dinged.
It was pretty cool. My kid was telling me about it, just random, like, you know, she was telling me about it, that we can all like one person is in charge, and then you can send an invite to however many people you want. It can be a private thing, and you log into your account, whether it's Netflix, Amazon.
What's up, dog?
Nice.
You guys miss me or what?
Whoever sends the invite and picks the movie based on the platform that you're watching it on, you can pause and you can send actual voice, like you can actively talk during the showing, and you can even send text messages and do comments, everything while the movie is playing, and you can pause it in between and have little conversation.
And it doesn't show up on the screen.
It does not show up on the screen because
cool.
you're watching it at your own home on your own device.
Hey, we'll have to do set up like a test run where we try to do it. You know, not go live.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like we can literally just stream it, and all we're doing is just watching the movie in our own homes. It's really cool.
But Brett Patrick has a question for you, Mike. Can you say it, Michael? Oh, we lost him again. We're all dying to know who this guy in the Speedo is.
It's a kid, apparently.
The kid, apparently. Yeah, even worse.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as we can get him all situated, we can start. Well, you know what? We'll go over Big Joe. We'll start with you. You have anything new coming this week?
Well, from the auction, I got, you see my Halloween 4 mask right there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then I got that big son of a gun in the back. Which one's the 18-inch?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
So from the auction. So those are my two big pickups.
Very cool. Yeah, we started going through some pickups, Mike, while you've been floating in and out. You there?
I am here. It's just I'm using my cell phone, so I got a phone call and then it kicked me off. I hope that's not the case because my phone always rings. So just know I might be in and out, but that's fun. We could play, hey, peekaboo or some shit, like internet peekaboo. Oh, man. We got a beautiful view.
Oh, nice. That view.
Yeah, we got good times out here. But, yeah, I decided to take off for a day, come back in there and get back to work at some point. You got to get back to work, right?
Wait a minute. Did you just not notice his name changed to Even Creamier Goodness?
It's even better. Better the second time around. It's better the second time around.
Fantastic.
That's funny.
I'm glad. That's what I love about you, Lieutenant. Your attention to details.
Your attention to detail.
Gabriel got
That's what I love about you. Oh man, my
accessory set
impression went to shit.
It's what else did he get in here? H4 NECA figures. Nice. Everybody's getting some good stuff.
Yeah.
I honestly
What'd you guys get?
I only got this stuff from 2 weeks ago, from your auction 2 weeks ago. I got it on Monday.
Cool.
Oh, hey.
That's how it was like brought by carrier pigeon. It took 2 weeks to get here.
Oh, that's obnoxious.
It sucks. Yeah, I think the post office hates me. I'm sure she does. I think she just holds it and sticks it in the back of the freaking truck and holds onto it for like an extra week just to piss me off.
That's obnoxious, man.
But for those that didn't see the auction, I got my 2-pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that like tag part not bend because I made sure it would. I tried.
Yes, I would have exactly. I would have to send it back to you, and it would have magically fixed itself somehow too, like last time.
Did you see that Matt went out of his way to wrap that part specifically?
No, you did a hell of a job wrapping it. They should all do that way.
Yeah, he went out of his way to make sure that that part that goes on the rack doesn't bend at all.
My Halloween 3 Laserdisc, which Michael's favorite.
Oh yeah,
the Japanese
gold
Laserdisc.
on that.
Yo,
That's a cool piece.
Yeah,
What is this creepy kosher?
Oh, the jacket. He's talking that like I saw it, but I didn't buy it. I was like, hell no.
What jacket?
That $200 one or that? I don't know
Oh,
what
it's a
it was.
creepy shirt. I saw it. Yeah, but I think Brett was telling me, and we were going back and forth. It's cool, but it's not $200 cool.
No.
What is it?
It's like a shirt. It's like a limited edition shirt to like a certain amount, and Creepy Company was putting it out. It was like $200.
Oh, is that the one that was like a crew shirt?
Yeah, it's like I'm sorry, it's not $200 worth. It's like you want to send Nick Castle in the shirt to my house, it'd be worth $200. With nobody in it, you can keep you can keep it.
$200. That's a lot cheaper than Gene Simmons coming to your house.
Well,
You remember that?
I created the internet, so you have to give me some money for that.
You're a Kiss
Well, that was a
fan,
pretty good
Patrick. You remember those kits he used to deliver personally if you paid like 20
The
grand
vault.
or something?
The Gene Simmons vault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was like 80 grand, wasn't it, to get him to deliver it to you?
Well, just to buy the vault, I think it was about $5 grand just to buy it, and you could just.
Did you ever see that thing though?
Oh, I saw videos of people. I never saw it, but I think it was like 10 or 15 grand, or maybe 20 grand to have him come to your house and deliver it.
Yeah, but he
I've never
also
seen.
like will sit there and play guitar with you for like an hour and a half too.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos you can find on YouTube where people videotape them getting it, but it's like that's. Well, I created the internet, so you have to pay me. So it's $8,000 if I open up my
Yeah,
email.
but you got to hand it to him. At least there's a price tag, so he makes it clear that if you want to meet me, there's a way. I wish everyone did that.
It's pretty cool if you got the money. It's awesome. I mean, if I had the money, I probably would have did it. I mean, you know me, I'm a diehard Kiss fan, just for the experience. But
Oh
that's
yeah,
a hell of a lot of money.
That's
yes sir.
And
That's for me. That's way unreasonable.
then I also got from Michael's Horror and Pins auction, the UK Halloween VHS,
Sweet.
the other UK Halloween VHS. And this
Beautiful.
one, I think this one is Spanish, I believe, from
Yeah.
Spain.
Good
and not-
stuff.
And last but not least, I added another one to my 35mm collection.
Which one's that?
This is the Halloween flat trailer, because there's usually a flat or a scope depending on the type of lens they use. This is the flat one. I have the scope.
For some of us who, aren't so professional at that subject, could you dummy it down for us real quick? Get some education out there for everyone.
Well, the only thing I remember about scope and flat is the type of lens they use. It depends on I forget which one is which because it's been so long. One is more like did you ever see like a widescreen version of something versus like full screen?
Yeah.
It's sort of like that. Like one is, I think scope is the one where it's more wide, you get more vision out of it, and the more condensed one is flat.
Huh.
If I remember correctly,
every
that's
day.
why. Yeah.
How about that? Education and everything at the podcast this evening.
So that's what I got this week. I have other stuff coming, but
Nice.
that was it.
Rain, sleet, or snow, you're still collecting. I love it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Joe? You went already probably while I was down?
Yeah. Well, I've been dropping money at the shop as of late, so I'm going. So
I'm gonna go back and watch the podcast at least to that point and check that out. See what you snagged, because I'm kind of curious. It seems like with you, like there's like multiple days in the week where there's lots that come out. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I'm always like, oh yeah, he got that shit too. So it's kind of fun.
So it looks like your brother went back to Dickhead, huh?
Oh, there it is.
Good.
17 grand to meet him and a case of monsters.
He's got the Batman, the Batman thing on there now. I like that. Have y'all seen the new Batman? Anybody here?
No.
Nah.
I heard it's really good.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking the kid and the girlfriend this Friday, so we got tickets. But I was just wondering if anybody had already seen it. I hear good things, but I don't know.
I tried to get one of those little posters that Little Caesars gave out, but they didn't give it to me.
I know. I went there and
Yeah.
got pizza, and they didn't give me shit. I was pissed. I was like,
They didn't give a
Like,
shit.
the specifics and, like,
Give
the
a
terms and
shit.
conditions, and it says you have to go in restaurant and not through delivery to get the poster.
oh, that's crap. That is crap.
I guess Gabriel wants the Russian Halloween VHS.
Oh, trust me, we know.
I
My man is anxious for that one. So, what did we get in this week, Matt? Help jog my memory for a minute. It's been a hectic week for me.
I'll have to work on a nice little intro to throw in there where it says, "What's new at Michael's Horror and Pinball?"
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
commercials in the middle of the damn podcast. We could do that.
I'll do it. I'll work on it.
But it's got to have like those super fast intros, blah, 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 like real quick, like you get through so much stuff in a short amount of time.
Disclaimers.
Yeah.
Don't-
Reminder, he is selling indeed body knockers for $10.
Oh, don't get me started on promoting shit. It would be like longer than the podcast. We got so much going on right now.
Mike keeps one on him at all times, so I'm ready to play the music if you guys want the ad. Imagine.
So what's new at Michael's Horror and Pinball?
From what I can tell, we haven't had like anything. We do have an order that's coming in that's it's going to be massive, and we'll have to make room for it.
It's been a bad week for the mail this week because, and I don't mean like we've gotten not too much stuff because we get a lot of vendor orders in and stuff these days. But it's been a rough day or a rough week with the mail service itself. I got one of those Subway posters that are there. They go into Subway or the trains, bus stations or whatever that are 4 foot by 6 foot of Halloween Kills.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I ordered one of those for a good deal to throw up on the auction for somebody because it was a kick-ass deal. But it gets to my house and it looked like somebody had crushed the top, pulled the thing open to see what it was, tried to pull it out, ripped about that far into it, about 7 inches from the corner, just like it went. And it was rolled up in this paper towel tube. So I guarantee you they tried to pull it out to see what it was. And posters have been getting messed with a lot lately. And is it my neighborhood? Are you guys hearing anything like that?
No, I had some of those small Italian Locandina posters come in, and I get them from this place in Italy, and the type of tubes that they use are like friggin' made out of steel. So when they're real good. They're
well.
I actually saved them. I actually saved them in case I need them.
I think somebody's opening them up and looking inside. Like there's something inside of poster tubes these days that's valuable. Because it's not like I'm getting it from one person. I'm getting it from multiple places. Multiple people, like 4 different ones. The last 4, as a matter of fact. So I'm really hesitant. I let another Subway Halloween Kills poster go because of that. Because I'm like, man, I don't want to deal with it. But good news is we did tape it up, and we'll just throw it up on our section of the auction where we say mail damage section or something, because that goes over well. Everyone has some shit they wish was in better shape. Maybe add to that collection.
Oh man, you showed me that, didn't you? When I was there.
I think so.
Yeah, I think he showed me. I think he showed me the damage.
Yeah,
I was like, that's
showed
fucked up. Yeah, that's fucked up. I saw that. I was like,
I guess you got to use like PVC pipe, is what Brett's saying.
Brett's PVC is actually that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. I did get a couple of things in. I forgot about this. It's just a couple of pieces of local artwork here in San Antonio, and I think I got like 3 or 4 pieces. Let me show them to y'all real quick. So the first one is this Jason piece right here.
Oh, cool.
Not bad, right?
Very nice.
Oh, I got the rest are inside. Let me look it out. Slide it out the sleeve. I gotta find some frames for these puppies. The next one is Leatherface.
Damn.
Leatherface.
That's nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was really, man, when I saw these, I was like, I gotta get them. I got one more. We got Mikey right here.
Very cool.
Not too bad.
That's quality
your collection.
material too.
I got one more. I think this one is. I like this one the best in my opinion. This one's the Krugster.
The Krugster.
The Krugster.
Yeah,
That's badass.
Those are nice.
Yeah, man. So this guy, I forgot if anybody's watching, because I like to support artists, man, and they do great work. This guy named Gilbert Perez here in San Antonio. The dude, he does hella work. He had all kinds of stuff. This is just the stuff I picked up from him, but he's so talented, man. If you're watching, bro, shout out.
Nice.
If you're one of those three,
It's
no,
all
I'm just
right, man.
kidding.
It's all right, man. We gotta get some fucking cards and stuff and start handing that shit out.
Hey, don't forget, last week was 2, buddy. We're moving on up. Moving on up. I'm on the 3rd floor.
That's right.
Hello. I got people at the house watching me, but I don't think they realize that I'm using my phone. So when they text me, it goes right in the middle of everything. Just a heads up out there. But hey, gang.
Is the wife watching? Don't call her old lady. She'll call you.
The wife. Yeah, call her the wife. Yeah,
Don't call the old lady. She'll call you and you'll get knocked off.
Well, she might even start commenting. And then just so you know, disclaimer, I'm using my phone so I can't read what's going on. Oh, you turd. I can't read what's going on when they comment. So she's going to be like, why were you ignoring me at the podcast? And I'm going to be like, yo, give me a break. I've been working. And she's going to be like, what's a long time you've been working? And I'm going to be like, you know what? You need to keep it down because there's neighbors in this hotel. And she's going to be like, you're the one doing it. There's a little glimpse into my fucking head. That was a lot of fun doing that. I hope I don't look nuts.
It's scary. It's scary in that head. I don't want to go back.
You hear where the Malicide songs come from? Which reminds me, thank you for using that tune in the intro. That sounds really cool, and we know we're not going to get sued, or
Exactly.
do we?
Podcast.
As long as it's okay with you to use.
That's right. Maybe one of these days.
$1 million.
Maybe one of these days I'll make a bucket list of like one company of mine suing another one. Then you would know you really fucking made it, right? If you got a company and it's suing your other company.
Oh, wait a second. You're not so you got Matt in the store. So did Matt with this week we were going to do soundtracks for CDs and cassettes. Did you grab any?
I have no soundtracks. Like
Yeah, they're right there.
Come on,
He
man,
doesn't
get to
have
work. Go
ready.
get
They're
them.
the cassette tapes.
Point them in the direction. Get the CDs.
Yeah,
and,
he had to
cassettes.
point from where you're at, where they're at.
Hey,
Okay, turn right.
On
Go
his
into
face.
the
Did you
Halloween
see that?
section. Turn left.
He's like,
Before you get to the black tube or cube, turn right. Now look to your left.
You're getting hotter, colder.
Cassette tapes.
you know what?
Is that train?
I saw the alert that we were going to be going over that stuff, and of course I don't have that shit. But I started researching, and I think that's the
I
best
couldn't
part,
hear you
man.
past the
It was
point.
so cool.
I walked through.
I love the soundtracks. They're just so cool.
It's on the black 9 cubes on the left side of the store.
Gotcha.
Left side.
That's unprepared. He didn't bring his homework.
Wait, where did it go? That's an L? Yeah.
It's an L.
It's confusing me because in my view, I got the other way right in front of my face. Trippy.
Are you here in San Antonio, Mike?
I will be tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah, Mike, you got so many of these.
Sounds like work, man. I don't want to bring it, man. It sounds like work.
Oh, thank God. I hate to
there's
think.
too many.
You gotta keep them busy or they get bored.
I can start with what I have just while he's gathering his homework.
So
Yeah.
like cassette tapes, right? Keep in mind, like these are probably like the first cassette tapes I've ever touched in my life.
CDs and cassette tapes, if you would. Yeah, whatever you do, don't try to squeeze them in one pile because it breaks in the middle and then they all go shooting out like a deck of cards.
Y'all don't remember having to do this.
Yeah.
Hell
With a
yeah, I
pencil.
do.
With a pencil.
I walked away when you said whatever you do, don't. So one more time.
Oh, just don't squeeze them like an accordion, and then walk with them
I'm
because the
pressing
middle
really
will
hard.
break.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll start with CDs and go down the line with starting with Halloween, our beloved Halloween. Then there's the 20th anniversary release, which is awesome. This is my favorite one.
Yep.
And there's the original Halloween 2 release. I'm getting savvy with the glow.
It's way more than I was expecting.
I was gonna say that.
It's
What a pro.
The 30th anniversary.
Oh, that's awesome.
H2. As we know, Michael's favorite, the original H3.
Oh yeah, good times.
Try not to hide your excitement.
Hey, be honest. How many times have you bumped that down
And
the
the ex-
neighborhood?
And the extended one, the extended Halloween 3.
Come on, Pat. Be honest.
I
How many
honestly
times you bumped that Halloween 3 soundtrack down your neighborhood?
I love it, man. I actually like the Halloween 3 soundtrack. It's as much as the movie you may not like it, the soundtrack, if you listen to it, it's actually if you like Escape from New York, it's so similar to Escape from New York.
All right.
So you might actually like the soundtrack. You might not like the movie. So you can just close your eyes while we watch the movie.
Hey, that's what I said to the old lady the other day.
The one in the middle, Halloween.
I like the
Yeah, it's
what was-
probably best we skip that.
What was that middle one?
Halloween 4,
Halloween 4.
that's the good one.
Then there's the extended Halloween 4.
That's tight.
Does that have the creepy intro music in the beginning?
I haven't listened to it in a while, but no, it doesn't. don't
Okay, I
remember-
wouldn't think it would. I wish it
No.
would because it's very cool. But
that would be good if they did that. I don't understand why they didn't. The original
because back then they
H5?
wanted everything to be flashy. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like a drag on of a sound effects. But that kind of stuff goes over well in CDs nowadays.
limited edition remaster 1,
That's tight.
H6,
Hey,
the limited edition H6. Let's see what else we got here.
later.
I put these in order, even though it's not an official soundtrack. We discussed it last week. The John Ottman one, which is actually the Halloween H2O soundtrack.
Hey,
This is
that's dope.
his release of the music. The abortion. I mean, resurrection.
Yeah. Crazy hair don't care.
Say word. Yeah, let's do it.
Zombies.
Might be
Halloween.
gearing up to go down to the damn bubble tub, sit there and like an old man.
Zombies H2. And what else we got here?
The more
This
and
is-
more you show Patrick, the sexier you get.
Why can't I have that effect on my wife and women?
I'm telling you, bro. It's like, show me more, Big Daddy. Show me more.
Is this good? You want it faster? Good.
You want it faster? You did it a little harder too.
Faster, harder. You like that? Huh? You like
Yeah, this is good. This is basically the real soundtrack of H2 without
like
the other song.
it's like collecting porn. This is what this shit is.
Yeah,
This
where's
is
the
our porn.
parody sound?
Yeah.
This
No
is the Porn
shit.
Collectors podcast, of
Fucking
course, 2018.
horror collectors. Horror collectors.
Corn?
Expanded 2018.
Nice.
H Kills.
You naughty boy. Naughty boy.
This
That's right.
one, the best. This is pretty cool. I'm sure you have this, Michael. The best of Halloween 1 through 6.
Yes.
Yep.
My face this way so you guys don't have to deal with that camera or that light.
And then let me see what else I have here. I have some John Carpenter ones, but the only ones that are really Halloween related are the best of John Carpenter, because it's got the logo on it,
I wish I could see this.
and the other best of John Carpenter.
Mike, you look like a troll. Those little troll things.
So those are
Oh,
my
cool.
Those are my CDs. I don't know if do you have any different ones, Michael?
You
I
should
don't know.
rub my gut and wish that you make it another 10 minutes on this earth. I'm just
Did I
playing, Matt. But I did want to show you something I thought you would think was interesting was down there.
Oh,
You looked, didn't you?
But everybody.
Be honest. Did you look?
No, yeah, I look.
Everybody.
Yeah, I owe
Well,
you
you
one,
know what?
big
That-
dog. So don't
that's
let me forget
cheating.
about that. Make
That's
sure to remind
cheating.
me.
That's cheating. That's cheating.
Yeah, I mean, Joe may be right. I mean, that's forcing me to look.
Oh, that's
Oh,
what she
I
said.
just,
No, I'll accept it though. I mean, I might have to hire a lawyer in case, but
Oh,
well, you haven't reviewed the tape, but we might delete that part.
you pretty much got everyone.
Are these Pat? Are these items that you've taken? It's taken years, like, or did you like when you were in that collecting time? Do you go like item for item, like cassettes? You go for cassettes, and then like CDs.
I do tend to go down a rabbit hole because I
Okay.
do that have obsessive personality. Like when I get one, I got to get them all.
Gotcha.
But the CDs I've been buying since they started them back in the late 80s. So like most of those are all the ones that I bought like when they first came out. And as they just came out, each time they came out, I bought them. I didn't have to go back for any of them because like you said, behind me, you can see that's all CDs. There's a whole giant. I have like 1,000 CDs.
That's crazy.
I'm a big physical media person. I'm not a big streaming guy. I need a CD. I'm old school. I used to buy albums and you'd sit there, put the headphones on and read the liner notes and get lost in the music. Nowadays, it's just like people are everybody just streams on their phone and nobody's really getting into listening to it. They don't know anything about it. Like
vinyl's back now, so that's
vinyl's back now, which is great. I love it.
That's good to know, because it's similar to me. Like I get that fucking tunnel vision, man. Like you get one of a particular something, you're like in that zone.
I do get like that. I do. I don't know if I missed any. Is there any different ones I didn't have, Michael? Because I know you.
I'm trying to think. I did have the that leathery slip cover.
That's the only one I don't have. That's
over top of the 40th. Matt, will you grab that one? The one with the slip cover, the CD.
I keep forgetting about that one. I got to pick it up. I've seen.
You want to just run through everything you have?
No, he has everything. We haven't gotten into cassettes yet, but CD wise, he has everything that I had except this one.
Except that one, yeah. Every time I've seen it, it was damaged. I've yet to see a real good one. So
I'm just kidding.
Oh, nice.
Oh no, that's a VCD. That's
a VCD. Yeah, that's a movie.
It's one of the Halloween ones. I knew I wasn't gonna be able to say that right.
One.
It's the Halloween one.
I think it's this one.
Yeah. I might have to put sunglasses back on. It looks like I'm trying to focus too hard. Makes me look like a dickhead.
A dickhead traded in his Rob Zombie Halloween CDs, huh?
Who did?
Dickhead.
Did he really?
That's what he said. Right there. It's his own words.
Yeah, I can't read it. I can't.
It's the original, right? Not like one like this is a slide on, but it's not.
A slip cover, man. You know what I'm talking about?
No fucking clue.
It slides into it. It's just like imagine a
That's
piece of cardboard wrapped around the whole thing.
Like, I don't see one. You said leather.
No, feel it. It's like leathery on the front cover.
I just turned my head and as I heard that, it was creepy.
It's leathery in the front. Feel it. Come on, man. Feel it.
And Brett, I agree with you. The 20th anniversary of the original with all the sound bites in it. It's like Michael said, it's like listening. It's like watching along in your head when you're driving. I love it.
I love that with the lyrics.
Yep. With the
lyrics, the fucking
the sound bites from the movies. Yeah, I love it.
Call them lyrics. Did you find it yet, Matt?
Dude, there's like one slide on cover that here's another one. Hold on, I found it.
Let's see. Let's see if he got it. Hey!
Yep. It's the Matt Show. Starring him, he's Matt. It's a Matt Show, and he's got lots of good guests.
That is the one. Yeah, I have to get my hands on that one. I have to look for that. Now, see, like Joe mentioned, now I'm going to go down that rabbit hole and start looking for it tonight.
Oh, man. What do I have to do to get you to make one of those little digital commercials that we can get to pop up that has like the Matt Show theme song?
That is my mission this week.
Oh, badass.
You're throwing the gauntlet down. That's going to be my mission.
We can pre-record an adoption. Like, yeah, that we can get like the whole like shebang to make it seem like a
the Matt Show.
Hell yeah.
Did you find the cassettes? Or no? I'll show you.
I have the cassettes over here.
Go through them, homie.
Let's go. We'll start with you this time.
With the suspense there, Hitchcock.
Show us the cassettes.
Oh, this is awful.
Oh, it's sideways. No, it's upside down. Look, look at H, right? H kills.
We're gonna start on the other side. That's cool. What up?
The box. Oh, I forgot to get that one. Well, now that you show it, I have that. I don't have to get up and find it. I forgot about it.
Cool cover.
Oh, that's tight.
Whoa!
Cheers, Brett.
Slow down with the cover.
This is really weird.
Show people the cover of that one you just had with the slip cover again. Because you
I
kind
thought
of
I'd already showed it.
Yeah,
Look
that
how
one's
cool
awesome.
that is.
I love that.
love that thing.
Yeah, it's up on my shelf. That's why I forgot about it. It's not actually what my CDs is. It's a display. It's awesome, that one.
That's tight.
I'm hoping they do something like that with all the soundtracks. That would be awesome.
So here I'll go. Oh, we're already going that way. So this is the 5.
5.
There.
Cinco. Quattro.
Halloween.
I love Halloween.
And the bean.
Stank. You know, that's funny. I was thinking of another language to say fucking the number 5 in. And the most romantic language in the world is fucking French, right? And 5 is sank. I'm like, wow, that's not fucking sexy at all.
That's the first release.
That is all
Very
my
good, Matt. You're making it come alive, big dog.
No problem.
I was enthralled.
Good job, buddy. Good job, man.
Only difference. See, I have. Well, you showed the first release. Actually, I have the first release, and what's nice about this one is it's actually still sealed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
And the second release is open. Yes, I said open.
don't be a fool. Wrap your tool.
Oh my god.
And this I showed a week or two ago, the Columbia House release on cassette.
So cool.
And I think, did you have Halloween too?
Yeah, we got Halloween too, right, Matt?
That's tight. God, dog.
That's Halloween too.
What did I see?
And Mike's favorite. This is actually the first release of H3. Because that would be the second release of H3.
I like that one. That one, I think I like that one better.
And I think everything else. Oh, these. Do you have? I don't know if you have these. I know you have the vinyl, but the Death Waltz reissues on cassette. You know, they came out with the vinyl, but they also came out with it on cassette.
Can you by chance bring that a little closer? Is that possible?
I'm trying to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have that one.
That's cassette, and then the H3 on cassette.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, those are in the that box set, right?
No, these were separate. These didn't come in a set.
They didn't come in a set?
Now these came out with, remember the Death Waltz album releases? They came with a poster.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the CD. This is the cassette version of each one.
Did we have those, Matt?
Sweet.
No, that's all I saw.
Oh man, I must be thinking. I know the vinyl's the same cover, but
Yeah,
I could have swore I had the cassettes.
and these were cool. These came out a while ago. These are like unofficial soundtracks of like a couple of different horror themes, and they're done. I don't know who they're done by, but it's the Sound of Fear.
Oh, sweet.
So it has the Halloween theme on there and a couple other ones redone by, I don't even know who it is. So there's volume 1 and they have volume 2.
Nice.
So those would be all my cassettes.
Very nice, my friend. Very, very fucking nice.
All right, Joe.
All right, who are you spying on?
Do you since you collect them, do you still listen to them, or you just kind of keep them away from normal use?
No, I really don't, because especially with cassettes, it just takes out one cassette player to eat the tape and you're screwed.
Yeah. So I got you. I'm with you.
Because everything that's on these tapes is on a CD, and it's just like, oh, I'd die if it ate my tape.
Yeah, you're right.
Where are you going?
I'm trying to find. There we go. No, I was just trying to change scenery real quick. It's a leg stretch because I get kind of claustrophobic in here. Well, anywhere really. I have this weird tick too, and I know
Hey,
it's
Steven.
I know it's ridiculous, but
Steven's
I
in the
feel so
house.
claustrophobic sometimes that like in elevators, I like, oh, I don't like those. But I even when it's cold outside, I have to crack one of the windows.
Steve, you said you sold
messed
your
up.
Rob Zombie
A lot
stuff.
of complaints.
Did you just sell it recently or just? I thought you still had some of the Rob Zombie stuff. I sold all my stuff off to buy other things. The only zombie stuff I still have are like the trailers, press kits, lobby cards, soundtrack, shit like that. But all the other shit went by the wayside.
The Rob Zombie stuff. We actually had a very key thing sell a couple of days ago, didn't we, Matt?
So what?
We had a very key, important item sell that I didn't think was going to sell.
Yeah, tragic.
What was that?
It was the 18-inch Rob Zombie Halloween figure.
Oh,
that
really?
and the was it the 2018 one?
No, it was the McFarlane one as well, but not the first one that came out with the solid black, the black and gray one.
Bless you.
Yeah, it was wild. Totally didn't expect those to go.
No.
And on another note, Brett put Halloween Ends wrap filming. It sounds like. Yeah, I saw a couple of outlets saying. I know Andy Matichik and all the main players were done, so it's supposed to be wrapping up. So
Like, why aren't there any beers in the fridge?
4 or 3 days left of filming or something like that.
yeah,
Very close to the end.
Still no regrets as far as not going out there and trying to be in the movie, though. I know one day when I see the movie, the worst part's going to be when you're walking into the theater to see it for the first time. And you're going to be thinking, motherfucker, I should have totally been in this damn thing. All I had to do was drive to Savannah. I had the info. I had the inside. I'm going to regret it that minute. What do you guys think? You think you'd regret it?
I probably would. It probably does ruin some of the mystique, but it's one of those things that, like you said, you'll look back at some point and kick yourself in the ass and say, "Shit, why the fuck didn't I do that?"
Yeah, I remember talking to you when I was in the shop about that, and I was like, "Are you sure there's no way in the world you can go?" Like,
not at the time. It was between that shop and the Strickland Hill Group, PDR shop, and the band and everything else. It's just not enough time. Because here's the thing. You go down there, you get called on. Maybe it's possible you don't even get accepted, but you do get accepted in. They tell you, okay, we'll call you when we're ready for you, kind of thing. And I don't know how it works. Am I going to have to sit in a hotel for like 2 weeks until they need to use me?
Yeah,
I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? Plus, I'll be honest, the idea of driving all that way kind of hurt my butt thinking about it.
Everybody says, oh, if it were me, I would, it's different when you're in that situation.
Oh, yeah.
Have
you ever had a crush on like a really good looking girl and then you find out that she likes you and then a little bit of that mystique disappears?
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is. When you do actually have the way in, it's very exciting. And you're kind of like, if I died today, I'd be all right with this, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's very intimidating, and it's very, you're not. For me, it's like I don't know. I'm a big fan of Seinfeld, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember the episode of The Switch where Jerry is with this girl, but he doesn't like the way she doesn't laugh, so he's trying to get with the roommate. So him and George try to devise the switch. Well, you know what? They actually were into it, and he actually offered to do a menage a trois. And both of the girls were into it, but then he's like, "Are you crazy? I can't. I'm not an orgy guy." He's like, George is like,
that was a good impression.
That's like discovering plutonium and not using it. Like it's the same situation where you get the best of what you think is what you want, but then at the end of the day, it's not what you want.
Yeah, half my vocabulary comes from that show. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's like that's why every time I get aggravated, like the wife, anybody's annoying me in the house, I'm like, "You're killing independent George."
That's right. That's right. Serenity now.
Serenity now.
Serenity now. Oh my god. Anyway, I guess that's just me and you.
That's a good one. No, I watched the show. I was just more impressed with your Seinfeld impression there in the beginning.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when I was in the military and deployed, one of the first things I ever purchased was the DVD box set of Seinfeld, all the seasons, all the 9 seasons. And when you're gone, all you have is DVD player. Like if you had the chance or a laptop, I watched them things over and over and over and over and over. So that's the only reason. That's the only reason.
I dig it.
Yeah.
So what's on the agenda today, gang? Pat had another round of good ideas in Messenger today we discussed.
What we're gonna do, we can go do a round table, our thoughts as we're doing our countdown from each movie, and I brought out my Curse of Michael Myers mask for the occasion because we're doing the Curse of Michael Myers. What our thoughts on that? If you want to do, best of both worlds, because there's basically 2 cuts. There's a theatrical, and then there's the freaking producer's cut. And who would like to go first? Their thoughts on the Curse of Michael Myers.
I'll start lighthearted. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
What year did that come out? Was it like 96?
It was 95 or 96.
Yeah, so I would have been 12.
Damn.
12, 13 years old. And that, like, I got the full experience with that one because it came to I went and saw it opening day at the theater. When it came out to VHS, I went up to the video store and was renting it. And they had a poster, and when they were done using it, I got it from them and hung that up in my room. So that was in Georgia. My mom would have never allowed that, but I was down in Georgia for a while when I was 12 with my dad. But yeah, so I loved it. And then the movie itself, I thought he was a little misshapen, if I could be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard not to poke fun and, say how many buffets did he visit between 4 and 6? You know what I mean? But,
yeah, he wasn't starving.
Right. But I thought they did a great job. I didn't really care about the characters much except the stepdad. I cared about him. I thought I was looking forward to him dying.
He's an asshole.
Yeah, he was a total dickweed, but other people I didn't care, like the flat-chested chick, Mariah O'Brien. Like, I didn't care that she died. I thought it was cool because those are my favorite kind of kills where somebody has to watch and they can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
But, she just rubs me the wrong way. I didn't care that she got killed at all.
And get Brett's good timing. We're doing 6 this week because Mitchell Ryan just died the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Dr.
Oh,
Dr.
no.
Wynn.
Are you serious?
That's right.
Dr. Wynn died the other day. Yep.
That's right.
Fuck. I would have had him sign the poster. He was scheduled to be at H2o, but never came.
Oh, really?
Yes. If you look on I'm sure they probably still have a website up. If you go to the guest list of H2o, you'll see Mitchell Ryan was supposed to be there.
That's crazy.
But he never did. So unfortunately, that's one that I'll never get.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I remember him as the boss from Liar Liar.
Yep.
Yeah, he was in a lot. It was a lot of stuff. Yeah, he was in a lot of stuff.
I'll see you later, dickhead.
Nice.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, damn it.
Yeah, rest in peace. I take the head off. Fine actor.
And as
Probably a
Steve
good
Green
dude.
points out, it does have some nostalgia for most Halloween fans because it was the last Dr. Loomis movie.
Yes.
Yes.
So it does have that nostalgia because it was his last movie before. Well, he died before it even came out, right before it was released.
Yeah.
Well, this is unique. We've got multiple versions we can discuss too. So it's like a couple different movies. But in this case, it's 2 dramatically different movies. It's not like
Yes.
you can see the 81 version where they threw in extra scenes for Halloween, and then there's that version and the other version. It's not like that. This is a totally fucking different movie altogether,
Right.
dude.
Yeah.
Rob
Yeah,
Zombie's Halloween 2 did that as well. There was such a drastic difference between the
ending alone was
theatrical
drastically different.
and everything. Yeah, and the directors that one, she was a batshit lunatic that was fucking annoying, and the other one, she was tolerable. But 8.6, if I had to get it a 1 to 10, because I don't want to sit here rambling. I'm in a hotel. I'm just happy to be talking to you guys. If I had to give it a 1 to 10, I would probably give it an 8.
Oh,
Yeah, fair.
are you
That's
talking
good.
about like theatrical or director's cut?
Oh, the producer's cut or the
Oh, sorry, yeah,
theatrical?
yeah.
I
Yeah,
got
the
to
rate-
go with the theatrical.
Okay, so that's your better. That's the choice you would. Yeah, I think pretty much everybody would go with that one too. Like with me with the theatrical one.
It's also the one I fell in love with at first. You know what I mean? And it's hard to jump in there and just replace something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
It
But
was one
then
of the
I was
last.
so taken because you remember when these days first started getting going, and it was like super rare to find a copy of the producer cut, and you could get one on like VHS, but it cost you like a couple $100. It was all ridiculous.
It was all grainy. It was real bad quality too.
Yes. Well, I never did that. So when I finally got around to seeing it was when was in that box set with the Shout Factory.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I'd never seen it. So it's probably like 6 years ago I saw it finally. And I was just taken back by how drastically different the movie was. I did prefer that movie when it came to the soundtrack though.
Right.
Because they actually played Halloween music, like, and this and that. I didn't feel like the other one did. It had like a heavy metal dive bomb guitar version of fucking the Halloween theme song, if you remember that one.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Sorry. I can ramble. You got to cut me off.
Oh, go ahead, man. That was
No,
great.
I remember seeing it in the theater, and to me it was nice because the difference between H6 and then coming back with H2o is like H2o, like I said, just did not have a Halloween feel. Like H6 had a real good Halloween feel.
Yes.
Like, it felt like it was Halloween time. You know, you felt that when you watched it. I actually did enjoy Paul Rudd as Tommy Doyle. I thought he did a good job, even with his weird twitching. Every time he had to do something, he was just like,
yeah, that never comes off right.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, when he's trying to break, like he saw Michael come in, and he was trying to break the.
Every time there was a moment of tension, he would be like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like he's busting
like,
into like Michael Jackson's Thriller or something. All of a sudden he's like,
Yeah.
He just starts twitching like an idiot.
But I liked him in that. Loomis was good. You can tell they must have got his drinking under control between 5 and 6 because he was completely shit faced in 5.
But
he
he
seemed to be
did
a little bit
have
better in
that
6.
old man voice. Still,
But he was, he wasn't in good health. You can see it. He was very,
I'm very much retired.
Very much retired.
Not dead, just very much retired.
You should know it's not wise to play Halloween pranks on
Tommy.
Oh,
good stuff.
Well, I do like. I enjoyed it. It's a good watch. Yeah, George P. Wilbur spent a little too much time at the craft services table. He should have slimmed down a little bit for that.
Hey, I sympathize for him, especially right now. At the
I'm right there. I'm a fat bastard,
got a little Winnie the Pooh action going on myself.
That's why everybody always says, "Oh, you're such a Halloween fan. Why don't you dress up like Michael Myers?" I say, "Because I don't want to be fat Michael Myers. It's like being fat Elvis."
So
it's like they want to take you serious.
Yeah,
I was watching a Halloween costume contest.
You know you ain't killing. You ain't running after nobody. You ain't doing that.
I was watching a Halloween costume contest one time, and there was a kind of fat dude wearing a Michael Myers contest, and the guy who was announcing it came up and said, let's hear a round of applause for the Sailor Moon chick. And then everybody applauds. And then he goes, all right, how about Jason dressed as Michael Myers? It was the funniest thing.
You're right, Steven.
Steve's got a good point too, and it was actually it was in my top 3 Myers houses when we ranked the Myers house. I said that Myers house was totally believable as a Myers house, as opposed to the Gothic mansion from Halloween 5. But if I had to give it a ranking, I'd give it a good 8. I enjoyed it.
There you go.
The theatrical cut, like you said, the music, I would prefer the music in the producer's cut rather. The beginning of it was better with the Loomis voice rather than Paul Rudd in the producer's cut. And the thing that producer's cut, when I first saw it, I remember seeing a grainy video of it before it was released. And then when I finally saw the ending, I was like, are you trying to tell me that these fucking rocks are going to stop Michael Myers from slashing your ass? It's like, I dare you to cross that line. It's like, seriously? I mean, thank God they pulled that out of there.
Yeah, we've all watched Looney Tunes. It don't work. They cross the line every time.
Yeah, so I'd give it an 8. I enjoy it. And when it comes on, it's one of the ones I'll sit through entirely.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I agree wholeheartedly. I remember getting on Prime and I was actually looking for it on Prime, the regular just theatrical release, and it had that, and then the producer's cut was in there, and I made a decision because I had seen the theatrical cut I don't know how many times, so I bought the producer. So now every time I watch it, I watch the producer's cut, and it kind of like, I like the other one better. Every time I watch it, it's like I like the original one better every
You
time.
appreciate the better one. Yeah.
I appreciate it, and I don't know why I don't go and spend it, but the money to buy it. But I was like, well, I already bought this one. Why the hell am I gonna buy that? I don't know. But yeah, rating. I mean, you're up there. Yeah, 7/8. It's fun. I love it. I'll probably watch it after we're done here. Probably.
A good side note: there is actually a lot of different treatments for that from Daniel Farrens, who wrote it, who was actually a fan, and wrote the script. Because, like I said a couple of podcasts back, I got one of his scripts that Daniel Farrens gave to Nicholas Grabowski to turn into a novel. And what Nicholas Grabowski told me is he had several different versions of the script. So I'd love to see which ones. I have to go back and revisit Taking Shape 2 and see how many versions he has listed in there. And one of these days when I actually get 5 free minutes, I have to read that script that I got just to see if there's anything different in it. But it'd be interesting to see.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. With this kind of shenanigans, though, I don't think I hope you're real good friends with Dustin McNeil, because it's going to take a little bit to get him to want to come on this goofy ass podcast.
No, when I asked him, I told him what we were doing. I said, when we get things going and we actually get eyes, I said, I'll reach out to him. I ain't going to reach out to him now.
Who knows? He might be a trailblazer like us.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Yes. Definitely.
One day, gang, you got to know what's going to happen.
And Matt, did you do any homework? Did you watch the movie?
Did not.
Hey, I actually, since I'm stuck here in the hotel, I've been watching the kill counts on YouTube.
I love those.
I've never actually checked those out before.
I love those.
Huh?
Yeah, I've been telling you to watch them. They're good.
Yeah, those are awesome. I love the Dead Meat.
James A. Janice.
Yes, dead meat, dude. Exactly. I watched a couple of them. You're like, damn, he pretty much sums up the whole fucking movie pretty damn quick.
Yeah. That's how I watched the majority of them.
Yeah, those are awesome. I love those. He does a great job.
If he incorporated the nudity, I may never have to sit down for 2 hours again.
You know what? It was so awesome to see that they were put in the new Scream movie. Did you know that?
I saw that one.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard that.
I haven't seen it yet.
Him and his fiance or wife now. They had a quick little snippet, and they were put in the movie. And I was like, you know what? Well, fucking deserved, man, to do all that work, all the homework, the dedication, and to be put in a movie.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know they were in that. I got the Scream. Is it still out in the theater, or did they pull it out of the theaters?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's still up there.
I know Batman's taking over. I think it's in like the smaller theaters.
I have to look because my son's coming home this weekend. He's on spring break from college next week. Maybe I'll grab him. We'll go watch it. I still haven't seen it.
You probably be able to find it still. Probably. You made enough money. I'm sure it's pretty popular. I liked it. I thought it was just shit.
Nice. So what else we got going on? I remember a good list. Oh, are we ready to get into a very interesting topic today?
Yes, like I said, and this was definitely talking about rabbit holes, Joe. This was a rabbit hole. I went down severely when we talked about doing all like the bloopers, the continuity errors, the gaffes from the first movie from Halloween.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, needless to say, I have over 60 that I found between watching it and online, doing some research. Yeah, this is my life, people.
And thank God for you, my friend, because I knew you would have it all organized and I could just try to add to it afterwards.
I'm like a fucking kid in the candy store. Please tell. Please
let's sit down and let's hear it.
I pretty much I went over it last night. I had to do a little bit of editing. I didn't get a chance to do it as far as, but I think it's pretty much is in chronological order. One or two might be out of order, but I tried to do it with excuse me, with in order. So, number one, as the camera is panning towards the side of the Myers house in the beginning of the movie, you can see all of the crew's cables and cords on the front porch. As it pans back, they're magically gone.
Yep.
Having to see that?
Yep.
You'll see them coming out of the window right on the front porch, and as they're panning, they're there. Then they pan back, and all of a sudden the cables are gone. During the opening sequence, while and after Judith's boyfriend leaves, the entire camera's shadow is cast on the wall to the left of the screen and on one of the doors leading up to the staircase. That one I looked at, that could go either way. That could also be a tree. I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate.
There was one before that, though.
Yeah.
In between those two, you could see the box from the camera walking through the kitchen on the shadow on the side.
So but I did look at it real quick. I'm like, yeah, that could definitely be it. So that one, not to use the paranormal debunking. We can't
Michael,
debunk that one.
Are you like me right now?
Oh, dude, I'm in like total heaven. I'm just trying to add to it because I think we're onto something. I think
like
if we do this right and we don't miss any, we could challenge people to find one we didn't mention.
Yeah.
Like, before you go, Pat, like I'm literally thinking about every movie. I'm thinking like, where the fuck have I seen goofs? Like, it's insane right now. This is amazing. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck.
What else you got, Big Pat?
When Michael Myers, as a child, walks through the living room with the knife. Well, this is actually a typo. Not the living room. He walks through the kitchen with the knife. Well, from the kitchen to the living room, rather. The clock above the stove says 9:25, and the clock on the wall says 9:25. But just 5 to 7 seconds later, the clock chimes 10 times for 10 o'clock. So we magically lose 35 minutes in a matter of a couple of seconds.
Okay, fair.
In the opening sequence, after young Michael grabs a kitchen knife from the drawer, he walks into the dining room, and the camera silhouette can be seen briefly on the right side of the wall.
My bad.
Yeah, that one I saw that too. Some of these I did, but some of them I did a lot of research and just did a lot of like I said, I'm a geek. After Judith's boyfriend leaves, because he is the minute man. Actually, he's the 22nd man.
Quick.
After Judith's boyfriend leaves, young Michael walks up the steps to his sister's bedroom with a kitchen knife in hand. Her clothes are balled up together in a pile on the floor at the top of the landing. After he picks up the clown mask and it cuts back to him looking at the ground and puts the mask on, the pile of clothes are now trailing piece by piece towards Judith's room, magically. Mm-hmm. When Judith's killer, which is Michael, runs down the stairs and exits the Myers house, you can clearly hear the click of the cylinder catch when he closes the door behind him. As the killer is revealed to be Michael, and the camera pans out with the parents, the front door is obviously open instead of being shut.
Ah, okay.
That one's true. I saw that. After Michael stabs Judith, he leaves the house, and when the camera pans upward, all the lights in the house are on. But they were never on when Michael was inside and outside. When did he ever turn them all on?
That's good.
Oh, wow.
Wow, this is really deep, bro.
I told you I'm a geek. When Michael is on top of the station wagon, now we moved a little bit forward. When he's on top of the station wagon, attacking Nurse Marion and goes to break the passenger side window, everybody knows this one. You can clearly see a wrench in his hand.
Yeah.
When he's breaking the window, everybody's seeing that one.
Yeah.
When Michael is attacking Nurse Marion in the station wagon, he steps on the gas, turning the car towards some trees. Well, she does, Nurse Marion. In this next scene, when she jumps out of the car, Michael jumps in and drives off. The trees aren't there anymore, and he's driving straight on the road. And that one you could clearly see. Yeah, if you remember the car going back and forth, you see all these trees in front of it. Then all of a sudden, stops dead on a road. She jumps out and he drives away on a road. It's like, well, where did the trees go?
Oh, wow.
This isn't. I don't think I'd consider this an official blooper or anything. But
well, they're like not necessarily bloopers. It's like continuity errors.
Well, dig this. Let me hear your opinion on this one. When I went and saw the station wagon in Chicago, I got to get real close and personal with it. And what I do for a living is fix dents in vehicles. And I can promise you without a doubt that the damage would be very, very evident in a lot of that if he would have actually jumped on that. And I asked him how they got away with it. And he said, Joe Caldwell, the guy who owns the station wagon, said they put like something down there so that he kind of jumps over the window, but off to the side. He never actually goes on the vehicle. Because when we weren't sure if it was real or not, that's what I was going to use to kind of gauge it. But anyway, sorry.
All right, well, let me see, where did I leave? Okay, so now we fast forward a little bit in the movie. When Laurie and Tommy are walking towards the Myers house, everybody knows this, you can clearly see palm trees in the background, which are not in Illinois.
Yeah.
After the boys trip Tommy Doyle, the scene where they're teasing him, he's going to get you. They all run off to the left of the frame, right before the camera cuts. When the camera cuts away, only 2 boys are running, and Richie's running towards the camera and runs into Michael Myers. But you can clearly see all 3 of them go this way. All of a sudden, he's running towards the camera.
Huh.
Notice that.
I gotta look for that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
When Michael is stalking Tommy at the school, there were a few cars parked across the street from where he's headed. Once Michael gets into the car, all of those cars are magically gone. You can see that too. When Michael, this is a little iffy because it could just easily been cleared. When Michael follows Tommy in the station wagon by the school, the passenger side window is no longer smashed from the previous night's attack on Nurse Marion. He could easily just took all the glass out, but so that one is neither here nor there. When Dr. Loomis is on the phone in the phone booth, you can see mountains in the background. There are no mountains like that in the state of Illinois. When Dr. Loomis is talking in a phone booth after Myers escapes, it's your funeral. When he exits the booth and notices the abandoned truck, a crew member is reflected in the glass of the phone booth. You can see a guy standing in there. It's real quick. When he starts to leave it, look inside the phone booth, and you can see the silhouette of one of the crew members standing there.
You know, just to interrupt for a second, I think it's worth noting that they used what they were dealing with back then, and to get away with not seeing these things, like the shots used to be a lot closer in.
Yeah.
So it wasn't until technology came and cleared this stuff up did you start seeing these bloopers. But when they made the movie, a lot of these were not actually a problem.
No, they probably they were doing it at such a fast pace. They probably didn't notice all this stuff till after the fact. When it's blown up on a big screen, you're like, "Oh shit, I didn't see that."
Mm-hmm.
But that, to me, that's the charm of it. That's what makes it as cool as it is. It's definitely not like a knock on it as far as I'm concerned.
No,
to me, it's just like finding a hidden gem in something. It's cool as hell. Where did I leave off? Oh, the scene that shows Laurie, Andy, and Linda walking home from school starts with them walking from a school with outside lockers. Schools with inclement weather, such as Illinois, do not have outside lockers because it's a school in California. It's not a school in Illinois. Walking home from school, the girls are seen to be traveling along a very dry street. However, when Laurie gets home, the streets are all wet.
Okay, yeah.
Now, like I said, this is some of its continuity error. It's just nitpicking. Halloween was on Tuesday in 1978, so there's no way Linda could have learned new cheers in the morning for a morning football game during school hours, and then spent the rest of the day getting ready for the school dance later that night.
I love that.
It was a Tuesday because it's supposed to be 1978.
Huh.
Annie moans about having to babysit at the Wallace's house, and Laurie says she's babysitting the Doyle home, which is 3 houses down. Later in the movie, we see the Wallace house is shown across the street. Very true.
That could be a human error, though. That's not.
Yeah, a lot of this is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's just continuity, human error. It's just basically what it is. I just found it fascinating when I really dug into this.
Oh yeah, and it definitely
yeah.
shows the world how passionate you are about your research too.
When Annie is telling Laurie that there is no one behind the bush, you can see John Carpenter's cigarette smoke flow through the screen.
Yes, that's a popular one.
That's a popular one. When Annie and Laurie are walking away from the bush, you can clearly see a crew member pop up over the bush on the right side of the screen. Everybody's seen that. Yeah.
Cool, man. Cool.
He said bush.
Due to daylight savings time, it would be dark when Annie picks up Laurie. In 1978, clocks were turned back the last weekend of October. So she's like, I'll pick you up. It would have been dark out when she was actually physically picking her up.
Wow. Whatever you do, let's not become like Star Wars guys that like say these things to these people, because that'd be embarrassing.
No, I never would.
No.
This is just an observation. When Annie and Laurie stop at the hardware store, the hardware store after smoking pot, I find it hard to believe that Sheriff Brackett would notice the smell of pot. He's like
Well,
the worst
he
cop on the
have,
planet.
but not
That's
wanting
gotta
to call
be-
her out in front of her friend.
Yeah, that's got to be the number one thing that people ask. Like,
Yeah, but to be honest with you, put yourself in her shoes. Your daughter pulls up with a friend, and you can kind of smell it in there. You already know. You know what I mean? But you're not going to call her out in front of it. He's probably planning on talking to her about it later, not in front of her friend.
Good point. Good point.
That's how I would do it too, to be honest with you.
All right, let's see. When Laurie is dropped off at the Doyle house, you can see that there are glass panels on the front door. All the other remaining shots you see, the door is solid wood.
Oh.
They changed the door. I remember hearing that on one of the behind the scenes things. Early in the film, Laurie goes to the Myers house to leave the key under the doormat. Later, when Sheriff and Dr. Loomis visit the abandoned house, they walk straight in. The door isn't locked.
Oh.
When Annie is first shown spilling something on her clothes and takes them off to wash them, her panties were a solid color. Later in the laundry room scene, the panties have flower prints.
Yeah.
I should have paid attention to that shit.
This one I know we talked about, you and I, Michael. When Lindsay's watching TV, you can see a crew member ducked down behind the couch off to the left of the screen.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about that one. Now this is real nitpicky. The television is playing The Thing from Another World, and if you follow it along, it's playing it completely out of order. If you actually watch the movie, that's nitpicking.
That's attention to detail, my friend.
That is nitpicking.
That is attention to detail.
And if you ever seen The Thing from it's a great movie. That's what John Carpenter remade The Thing into.
Yeah.
When Annie is on the phone with Laurie, the dog Lester comes into the kitchen. You can hear him growl, yet by his face, he's smiling and panting. He then begins to bark sharply and wagging his tail after, the trainer coach saw him. After Lindsay agrees to Annie's suggestion of watching the horror movie with Tommy at his house, they immediately leave with a throw blanket and a bunch of popcorn. The TV was left on. Cushions and newspaper on the couch were disturbed. When Annie returns for her car keys, the cushions, newspaper are propped up neatly, and the TV is completely turned off. Well, maybe Michael's neat. He just shut everything off. He didn't want to waste electricity.
You never know.
You never know. He's efficient.
He did have to slide to answer the iPhone in the new movie.
He's maybe more tech savvy than we think, and he's apparently very neat.
Apparently, he figures out all kinds of shit.
I mean, he learned how to drive. I mean.
And this is just due to low budget. You know, there being very little gore and budget for special effects. When Michael cuts Annie's throat in the car, you don't see any blood. You only see it a little bit later when Laurie finds her body in the bed. That's basically due to low budget. That's all that really is chalked up to. When Bob's van pulls up in front of the Wallace house, you can clearly see the California plate on the front of Bob's van. When Bob takes Linda out of the van and carries her, he leaves the passenger door wide open. Later, we see the door closed. After Linda and Bob call Laurie from the Wallace's house, they go to the upstairs bedroom to have sex. There is daylight peering through the blinds behind them, although it's supposed to be at night. Now, this one I watched. It could be them projecting light, like moonlight outside, but it does clearly look like it's like a daytime shot, and they just tried to cover it up. They probably just did a shoot. So unless we had the casting call, we would never know.
No way.
This one is obvious. Everybody knows this one. When Bob and Linda get up off the couch and go upstairs to the Wallace house, you see Linda trip over the camera dolly track. That's what she's tripping over, because she said that in many the behind the scenes things. She got up and she just tripped right over the friggin' track. Oh, and actually, I forgot this one too. I made a note. This is real nitpicky too. If you ever see the front of the Wallace house, Bob carries Linda into the living room. So, and the scene where they open the door and there's PJ Souls and Bob.
Yeah.
If you notice, they walk in and they go to the living room and they go to the right. If you're standing in front of the house, to the right doesn't exist. The living room is to the left.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
That's right. That's right.
Because it was filmed in a different house. The interior of a different house. Dr. Loomis is standing on the side of the Myers house all night and doesn't notice the station wagon that's parked across the street. Need some glasses there, Dr. L.
I tell you, I was drunk.
Yeah. Get your ass away from there.
Nice.
After Linda is killed, when Laurie walks over to the Wallace house, she goes around the back left-hand side of the house. Yet as she approaches the back glass doors in the back of the house, she's approaching from the right.
Damn.
This you have to look closely for, because I had to verify. If you look at the tombstone that's on the top of, when they find Annie, and there's the tombstone. The date is November 10th, 1947, and she died October 31st, 1963. That would make her 15, almost 16. And she's clearly told as 17 when she's
Oh, wow.
When Laurie goes into the living room of the Wallace house, you can see the arm of a crew member protruding from the left wall. You can see somebody standing there, and they move back. See, when Laurie investigates the upstairs bedroom of the Wallace residence, she pushes the door wide open before finding the bodies of Annie, Linda, and Bob. When she runs out into the hallway in shock, the door is only partially open.
Huh.
These are all nitpicky things, but they're there.
They're there, yeah.
This one, if you look closely, I wasn't sure if I could see this one. I remember seeing the behind the scenes, but if you could see it if you stop it. Just after Laurie is slashed on the arm by Michael's knife, she turns around screaming and then falls backward over the stair railing to the landing below. If you watch closely, when the camera shows her falling over the railing with her legs pointed upward, you can see the harness rope that's attached to her arm to prevent her from falling over.
Oh.
It goes by real quick if you pause it. Yeah. When Laurie is trying to escape the kitchen during the initial Myers attack, a small light with blue gel to simulate moonlight is seen in the left side of the frame. In the widescreen, you can only see this in the widescreen version. That's actually what I watched. When Laurie is trying to open the glass doors in the Wallace house when Michael's chasing her, you can clearly see the one glass pane of breakaway glass.
Oh.
If you look, you can see the one square. It's a different color. It's almost like it's probably plexiglass, but you can clearly see that that's the fake window, and that's the one she's got to break. Being chased by Michael, Laurie finds herself trapped in the kitchen by a rake blocking the exit, which I forgot to even put on here. Who would the hell put the fucking rake there if he's upstairs? That's a different story. The shards are angled jaggedly in the frame when she broke it, when she pushes her hand through the opening. But when the camera shows the angle again when she's running out, all the glass is clearly pulled out neatly.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another one. When Laurie escapes out the back of the Wallace house, she runs out towards the right side of the door. In the next scene, she's running out the left side of the house. The left side of the door, rather.
Oh, frustrating. Yeah, good point.
When Laurie is banging on the Doyle house front door, you can see that the knob is on the right. When they cut inside and Tommy's opening, the door would be on. He's opening a doorknob that's on the right, on the inside, when it would clearly be on the left side. Because it's reversed. Because it's not the interior of the same house.
That's crazy.
When Laurie runs back into the Doyle house after being chased by Michael, she notices the living room window is open. You can clearly see the fan. That's what you posted the other day, Michael. You can see the fan blowing.
I want to take credit for that so bad. I couldn't find anyone having already said that. It was faint.
When Michael's attacking Laurie in the closet scene, the position of the clothes as well as the types of clothes hanging in there change frequently in every shot.
And it's worth mentioning too, before we move on, Brett Patrick noticed you can also, if you look really carefully in my picture on Facebook, you can see my fan in the background glare as well. Just a side note. When he mentioned that, I almost fucking pissed. It was fucking hilarious. I was like, oh my God.
And let's see, hold on. Almost to the end. We're towards the end of the movie. In the closet, when Laurie reaches up and grabs a hanger to stab Michael in the eye, she grabs a brass colored hanger. When the camera cuts back, the hanger she's bending is actually white.
Yeah.
In the movie's climax scene between Dr. Loomis and Michael Myers, Michael falls from the balcony of the master bedroom in the backyard below. Laurie had put the kids to sleep shortly before that. When Laurie was being chased, she realized she lost her keys. So she threw the plant up there to get Tommy's attention from the window facing the street. There was no balcony there.
Interesting. Let's rewind just a dash, though. Remind me, did you mention the one about right before the closet door shakes when she's trapped in the closet? If you look between the blinds, this is another one I don't think anyone's ever mentioned that I've heard, but if you look through the blinds, you can see a guy in a t-shirt with short sleeves doing the shaking of the doors.
I'll have to go back and look at that. No,
Check it out.
I'll have to look.
See if you see what I see.
I'll have to add that to the list then.
Cool.
I'll definitely look.
Which kind of reminds me of this. What do you see with this art here? Does that look like thong to you?
It looks like a bra.
A bra? Okay, see? We see different things. I saw a thong, butt cheeks. You saw it. See? We just like that.
Here, and we're towards the end of the movie. We're at the end of the movie. Okay. At the end of the film, there are shots of the interior of the house as it appeared after the events. One shot's taken from earlier because, where when she's on the couch and Michael's trying to stab her, but meanwhile, the knife is still laying on the floor downstairs when it would be clearly upstairs. It would be clearly upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Yes. This one is tough. If you watch the widescreen version again, if you look, you can sort of see this. It could also be a bush, but it does look like a person moving. In the shot facing the Wallace house at the end of the film, like when they're showing all the still images. In the shot facing the Wallace house, if you look closely, you can just see what could be a crude person moving in the darkness on the left-hand side of the screen. It's very faint. It looks like somebody's moving around over there. In the last shot of the Myers house, you can see that the gutter was still intact after it had fallen earlier and broke the window in Judith's room. And finally, the biggest gaffe of them all, which they've repeated in Halloween 2. In the end credits, Michael is credited as Michael, age 23, when in fact he'd be 21.
Huh.
And that's my oral report on Halloween.
Good job.
Hey,
well done. Well done.
And if anybody's left that sat through all that, if I missed anything, by all means comment and let us know, because I'd be curious to see if there's anything else.
You got me now interested in trying to find something. Damn it. Shit.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what? There's no more meat on that bone. Just go on to the next one. Oh no, there's meat. There's meat there. There's meat there. You just gotta find it.
Yeah.
This is a good one from Brett. I love the albino Myers that throws Loomis through the window in H4. I love that.
The what?
The mask with the white hair and the pink face. In
H4,
in the school. I remember seeing that. I was like, "What the?" I'm like, "Does he have like a twin? What the hell was that?"
Or the scene.
There's Ben Tramer come back from the damn grave.
Yeah, the scene from part 2 at the end, when the explosion happens, you can see the frame, like the wall. Actually, you can see it. You can see it's a prop wall, and you can see behind that. Yeah,
you see behind it. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that scene.
Maybe they were going to do a Ben Tramer spinoff. You know what I mean? Like he came back in some Jason Goes to Hell kind of way.
I'm still waiting for the Russellville Hacksaw murders.
Who?
The Russellville Hacksaw murders. Charlie Bowles.
Oh yeah, I have. Hey Matt, do me a favor. Will you grab that Red Full Things, the little G.I. Joe looking figures that's right past the entrance to the other shop? And it's got one that's the graveyard keeper.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, grab that. This thing is hilarious. You got to read what this card says, because Red Full Things, you know them on eBay. They have
I've seen them.
G.I. Joe looking custom toys.
Yeah.
You got to see this thing. They had a very, very clever way to advertise this one. Check it out. It's very relevant to what you're saying.
Let's say it.
Man, I can't do this on the phone anymore, gang. It's hard to pay attention when they keep texting me left and right.
And there's no way to shut that off either, I guess, huh?
I don't know.
Oh, Charlie Bowles. They made a figure. That's awesome.
Slide closer. See if you can read what it says. Will you read it to us, Matt?
Super storytelling action. End of story. Sold separately.
That's great. That's awesome.
That's dope.
Super storytelling action.
That
End of
is
story
awesome.
sold separately.
Oh,
That's
so
awesome
cool.
as hell.
That's dope.
Nice. Good times, man. Good times.
Food
I
for
love
thought
that
for
thing.
everybody.
See, no matter all the stuff that keeps disappearing in there, I want way too much for those because I don't want to sell those. I love those things so
No,
much.
those are awesome.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't do
that
that.
those I would miss, especially the Bob one where he's kind of stabbed up into the card.
What now? The run of those. How many does he make of those? Or they just make some custom? Did you order them?
He makes one. Whoever it is, they only make one of each thing. So on the back, it'll say one of one.
Oh wow, because those are awesome.
So it makes them super rare, especially they start getting real popular and stuff like that. But I don't imagine the Redfall things will get any more popular than people trying to sell them for that much on eBay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that
But
was funny. I remember seeing them on eBay, and I'm like, "Wow, somebody's got them on there asking like a lot of money." And you're like, "That's me." You would just remember you just threw it out there just to see.
that wait. The phone broke up. What did you say? I'm so sorry.
Remember you put like 2 or 3 of them up on eBay with a nice price tag on them. Remember, and I saw them. I'm like, "Yeah, somebody's got them up there now." And you're like, "That was me."
Yes, that was early, where I was trying to just get rid of some high dollar stuff in the hopes that we could pay the rent because I wanted to keep going. But luckily, we put together a game plan. I said I do that high pressure, last minute basket kind of shit to me all the time. I'll throw like my last $10 into a shop and just keep my fingers crossed that it makes some money. But it's that kind of stupidity that kind of breaks you into success mode. Sometimes you'd be surprised.
To answer your Brett on this question, I think know you're talking about. Like, has anybody used any of the sets from or any of the places from Halloween? I know. Excuse me, my voice is horrible tonight. The one season of American Horror Story.
Yeah.
They filmed in the houses from Halloween, and all the settings and the scenes were filmed in the original Halloween houses.
And you get to actually see the inside of the actual.
And you got to see the actual inside of them, right? Because some of them weren't the actual insides in the original movie, but these were the actual insides. What I forget what season that was and what the name of the season was, but I saw it and I didn't know that because I love American Horror Story, and I started watching it, and such a geek that I am, I started noticing. I'm like, wait a second. These are all the Halloween locations. Then I realized, and when I did some research, that that's specifically what they did to pay homage to Halloween.
So
wow.
Cool.
That's dope.
Have you ever been out there, Pat?
No, like I said, that's my bucket list. I'm planning, either a 45 or a 50. If they do a convention, I already told the wife I'm going. I missed the 40. I said I got to go to one of them.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they do a 45 because we still got a lot of commotion going on with the Halloween Kills and Ends. There's no telling what the franchise will be up to in like 7 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever it is.
If they arrange some shit like that, we got to get tickets, bro, and all of us got to fucking go.
No, I already told them. I'm definitely going.
Yeah,
I missed it last time because you also got to remember some of the people from Halloween 1, Halloween 2, they're starting to long in the tooth. They're getting pretty old, and they might not be around as long as you think. So now
I know you see some of them, and you're like, "Holy shit! I'm glad I met him."
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you guys the story about meeting Sid Haig?
Oh,
No.
Captain Spaulding, no.
Yeah, Captain Spaulding. So we went and met him at Frightmares, April and I, and I didn't want to be rude, but I told April after we met him, I'm like, man, I'm sure glad we fucking met him when we had a chance. He looked like he was already dying. You know what I mean? And then the trippy part is he did end up passing away shortly after, but like real shortly with like I think it was within the couple weeks. And it was from a car accident, like completely unrelated to how he looked.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I could kick myself because I didn't go see him. I think it was one of the Monster Manias, and I forget. I think I was on Nick Castle's line, which I got in at the right time. It wasn't long. I like walked right up, and then it got real long, and then I looked behind me, and you saw Sid Haig, and the line got really long, and I was like, ah. And I needed to get going because it's like a 2.5, 3 hour drive from my house. I'm like, next time. And then he
no.
died. Then he died.
You left before the encore kind of thing. You can't do that, man. You're gonna miss
Yeah.
all the fun. All the fun happens in the end.
Well, that's the thing, because most of them I go for the day and I come home. They're long drives. That's why, and because I never have anybody to go with. That's why if you guys start flying into this shit, I'll get a hotel room and stay. My wife has zero, and I mean zero interest in go.
And I mean 0.
She would just walk around like this, like, seriously?
That's funny as hell. Come to find out she's like a protester or something, and you're in the basement where you have to stay. I would understand.
Yes, I usually go by myself, or sometimes my son would come with me too. That's what killed me too. When I went to the one in Allentown where the station wagon was, because that's the one con where the station wagon was. When I got there early, but there was a long line of people signing up to take pictures with Nick Castle. So I went over and I said, I want to get a picture with Nick Castle by the station wagon. She's like, okay. She's like, yeah, I forget what the price was. It was $50, $60, whatever the hell it was. So, okay. And she's like, it's by appointment and you can just walk over there at your designated time. So, okay. I said, and this is like, mind you, I want to say 11 o'clock in the morning. They're like, I have you at 6:30. I'm like, 6:30?
Oh no.
I'm like, I'm not sitting here for like 5-6 hours by myself. If I had people to hang out with and I was staying over, not a problem. I'll come back. I'll be at the bar.
Yeah.
We're in, but especially in the 5-year anniversaries of Halloween in Pasadena, those are badass. And staying in Pasadena is fucking next level awesome. It's a super nice town. It's always good. It was great weather when we were there, and you walk to the convention center from your hotel, and then as you're walking up, it's kind of dug into the ground a little bit with a big staircase, and you see right on the building these giant banners that say Halloween convention, and you're like, oh fuck, like this is the real deal, and I can't explain the awesome feeling that comes over you when you see it for the first time, like. You got to go check it out, man. And yeah, we'll definitely go out there and, kind of paint the town a little bit when we start going to these things.
Brett's poking the bear. Horror Hound Weekend is in Cincinnati at the end of the month. And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, Cincinnati from here, for me, it's probably 8-hour drive.
That's why I wish I was still lived in Dallas, because they have Spirit Airlines. I could hop on a plane. And for $70 in 2.5 hours, I could go to Cincinnati like that.
Actually, that's what I should do. Just look for a flight, because the gas prices are just so high. Probably cheaper to fly right now.
Yeah.
Man.
But I'm definitely on board with that, my friend. That sounds like a plan.
I might take a look at that tonight. You got me thinking, Brett. I'm going to be looking at Horror Hound Weekend, see what the prices are.
And just a little reminder, if anybody's saying anything that I should know about, please let me know, because I hate to think I'm missing anybody out there, because I can't respond to your comments with this phone. I can't read them. They're too small.
Yeah. Oh, and there's this, Brett, when we brought this up, Brett brought up the thing about the other Halloween houses used in other movies. Yeah. This one I knew about. Sally Kellerman lives in the Doyle house and Back to School.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. And everybody knows the old thing too, like the scenes, the filmed for television scenes from Halloween, that was actually the house in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes.
The first Nightmare on Elm Street. So you see her come down the stairs. Those are the steps where he's stepping. It's like pudding or whatever. That was that house.
Yes, the smallest $3 million house I've ever seen.
Yeah, seriously. Yep.
And if you go out there, they've got, I don't know how the current residents are, but when I was out there in 2018, they were very hesitant neighbors. They didn't want people taking pictures of the house, and they'd get frustrated and this and that. But I couldn't imagine what they're going through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Imagine that. What do you guys think about that? Like, imagine you're a celebrity and you hear the same question a billion times, but from your vantage point, you go meet that person. You ask them a dumb question they've answered a trillion times. They act like kind of frustrated because how many times can you say the same thing in a day without getting like, God damn? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could totally get that, and that's like going to see those houses. Like if I owned one of those houses, and people, because I guess because I'm a Halloween geek, they would come by and I'd be like, yeah, take pictures, whatever you want to do. Like the Strode house, I know that people were real cool. They used to leave a pumpkin for you to take a picture on the stoop and everything. And then from what I heard, some jackass people kept stealing the pumpkin, so they stopped doing that.
Yeah. Well, I talked to her about that. They used to do a lot more stuff too, but people would come steal it thinking it's like memorabilia.
Right.
And it's like, you dickheads, it's not memorabilia, but she keeps replacing it. And there's a guy that actually hosted the tour when we went and saw the sites, all the filming locations at the H2o convention. The guy who was in charge of our bus writes for Horror Hound. And he was saying that he lives in the area and he goes and replaces the stuff that gets taken and stuff for her a lot to try to help her out and keep everybody involved, to keep her happy and wanting to keep doing it. Yeah. So it's a really cool culture over there. Very cool.
Yeah, and they got that right across the street. They got that the bench, right? The Mustafa Akkad Memorial Bench.
And nice. It's in the parking lot of the library, which they use as the school as the school in the Rob Zombie Halloween.
Zombie Halloween, yep.
Yeah, so and it's all within like a couple miles, that stuff in Pasadena, and it's all within a couple miles, everything in Hollywood. And it's the most gangster thing ever. But when you find out that you almost feel like you could hit a golf ball to the Nightmare on Elm Street house from the Halloween houses. You're like, holy shit, I need to move to this fucking neighborhood.
Yeah, how cool.
But then you look at the prices because you get serious and you're like, these are seriously millions and millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
And these are little houses, a lot of them.
Yeah, it's insane what the property is.
But you know what's cool? I talked to a woman, a nurse that when I used to do test treatments. She lived in LA and she said you can pretty much make your rent easy. How simple it is to just rent out your house for filming stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I guess they pay the big bucks, and a lot of people let people use their house for a couple months, and they'll stay somewhere else, and they make so much money they can afford to stay somewhere away from their house and then come back. It's kind of like a fancy ass celebrity version of a B&B, Airbnb.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's nice. Yeah, that's crazy. And actually, I was just thinking another one, which us Halloween geeks know what was saying about one of the Halloween houses being used. Obviously, we know the scene in Rob Zombie's Halloween, the remake, when she's looking out the window and there's Michael staring. He's in front of the Strode house.
Yeah.
The original Strode house.
That's what I was thinking of. That's what I was thinking of when I was saying that earlier, right across the street.
Yeah. Crazy. Yes, people say, like you were saying, like people think Star Wars fans are geeks. I think I've reached a different level of Halloween geekdom tonight.
You're in the perfect place, my friend. You're among fellow geeks, right?
You all like me. You really like me.
We're all here for the support. And a lot of our customers at the Horror and Pinball Shop know that, because a lot of them, they like to chat with us, and we get to know a lot of them and actually become friends with a lot of these people, like Joe, and through Halloween collecting becomes friends with like you. And it's the greatest community ever. I can never say that enough.
These dive-ins are fun as shit, man. Like you mentioning things like that. Yeah, to you it seems a little geeky, but to me it's like, dude, that's fun shit right there, man. I love little stuff like that.
You're gonna be looking for that stuff next time you watch Halloween. You're like, oh
yeah, like I'm about to put it on. I can't wait to watch it again. It literally, you gave me a reason to watch it again, dude. So I'm like, fuck.
We could do that going forward with some of the other ones too.
Yeah.
I guess, have to like really look at some of the other ones. I mean, the other ones, to my knowledge, don't have as many because they were like a bigger budget studio films. But like you said, in H2, everybody saw that one at the end, where when the explosion happens, you can clearly see the wall shake and you can see behind it. But like I said, I'm going to probably, maybe this week, I'll put on H2 and I'll just sit there like this.
Yeah, it's like a
find stuff.
song that you've been singing for years, and you've been saying a particular lyric wrong this whole time. Like,
Oh, I hate
you're
that.
like, oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was this, but you were completely wrong. Like it's something like that.
Oh, the good old, I used to get drunk and play those games and think of different lyrics. Like, what the hell was the one? Tiny Dancer.
Nice.
John, hold me closer, Tony Danza.
Tony Danza, yep.
That's right.
What about, excuse me while I kiss this guy?
Yep. Or the best was, I was at this girl I grew up with, in the town that we were in. She was drunk one night singing Big Old Jet Airliner, Steve Miller.
Mm-hmm.
She's singing Bingo Jet Had a Light On. We're like, what the fuck are you singing?
Oh, there's the classic. There's a classic. There's a bathroom on the right. Right?
No, we could do a whole episode on that, but that has nothing to do with Halloween.
I don't know, man. I think we dive into a lot of cool categories, and between playing guitar and the Kiss stuff and everything else, maybe in lieu of this, we should also do like another little hour podcast on a different day where we just shoot the shit about whatever. Even though that's what we kind of do here anyway, but I'm totally down.
Like I said, at night, like my wife goes to bed, I just sit and I'm a geek. I can just talk all night long, man.
You could do something like the Halloween-ish podcast.
Halloween-ish.
Ish. It's a blanket statement. You talk about whatever the fuck we want.
Well, actually, so no, I have homework this week, so I am deep diving into see if I can find some errors and gaffes and goofs in Halloween too. But I have to work on the Matt Show intro.
Speaking of H2, I'm looking forward to that Matt intro more than anything. Could you imagine? It's a Matt Show.
It's like that show, Pat. Remember, it's Pat from Saturday Night Live. It's Matt.
And we could just do it every now and again because he goes all over the screen with hyperactivity while we do the podcast. We can barely contain his fucking Tasmanian devil ass. Every now and again, you just need to break away and just be like, it's the Matt Show. And then when the theme song's done, you are nothing. You get to see the awesomeness that is the fireworks of Matt and his energy and his presence.
Brett says do another podcast with other horror collectibles. I could, because I don't have any other horror collectibles. I could sit there and chat on probably every horror movie because I'm a horror movie fanatic, but I don't have anything else other than Halloween stuff. Yeah. But I could talk horror movies all night long.
Yeah, well, I'll make this lightning quick because it's really out of character, but I actually over the years I've started collecting everything that I've lost over the years or had to sell because I needed the money or whatever, and it was Playboy collection. So now I have all of them from number 1 until the last magazine they did. Mad magazines, I did the same thing, got all of them, including the comic books from 1950s. And then now the Halloween stuff and the horror stuff, I went a little AWOL with the Halloween stuff. Now I got a whole store, a 2,000 square foot store filled with it. But the last thing is Reggie Miller basketball cards. I know it's way out of character, but I collected those when I was a kid. And it's kind of cool because as a collector, you can appreciate this. It's nice to go on eBay and get to start over and find those big lot deals that are real cheap to have all the stuff everyone already has, but you don't have anymore.
Yeah.
Oh man. And the shit specifically with those cards, they're so cheap. You're like, oh my God, I could buy every card with the amount of money I was going to give that dude for the station wagon.
I get at least like 5 notifications saying your Reggie Miller card has been delivered every day since he started. I can confirm he's collected a lot.
Yeah, he has to handle the social media, so his poor phone's probably going off all the time too. That's why we're going to have to discuss raises soon, my friend.
I do miss my Mad magazine collection. Like I said, I was like you. I sold it off. Jesus, got to be probably 20 years ago. But
Hmm.
I mean, I used to love collecting because as a kid, I used to buy it. I used to love going to the store every month and buying it and reading it and getting the super specials and the paperback books. And like I said, I always got
God,
a
yeah.
kick out of seeing the record in the back of you because I used to have the record too. I don't know what the hell I did with the record. I thought I might still have it. I got to look for it.
I
But
had a really wicked collection. You know what I had that I thought was kind of neat? Because I had a huge collection. I treated Mad Magazine like I do Halloween now. It's just I wasn't doing as well. But I had a subscription to Mad Magazine, an entire subscription of a few years from Ward Kimball. He's the Disney animator that created Jiminy Cricket and a bunch of stuff. The Three Caballeros. So he was a famous Disney animator. I got that from his wife when he passed away.
cool.
Yeah, so I thought that was a really cool niche.
Yeah, I do miss them. It was funny too. I'll tell you a side note. When my father-in-law passed away 2 years ago, we cleaned out his house to sell it. We were going through all the shit going through all the shit in the basement. And on top, they always had a beer for like one of those old like Frigidaire like icebox refrigerators in the basement that used to just be strictly for beer. So when you go over there, I'd be like, oh, I go downstairs, get some beer, whatever. So go on top of it, and there's like a stack like this high of Mad magazines from like the late 70s, early 80s. I bring them up to my wife. I go, what the fuck was your father doing with Mad magazines down here?
Oh, man.
And she's like, oh, apparently, because my in-laws were divorced. So apparently, I guess he used to buy them for her brother, my brother-in-law. And I guess he just had a bunch of them. And they were just sitting down there. So I had a ball just going through them and reading them. I like, wow, I haven't seen them in so long. But yeah, I used to watch Mad TV. I used to love Mad TV. And there's the Halloween Connection. Who was in Halloween Kills?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the Stewart
Michael McDonald.
guy, right?
yeah, Little John.
Stewart. He was Little John. And see, it all goes back to Halloween.
Oh,
Fuck Kevin
yeah.
Bacon.
That's
Fuck him.
right.
It's
Oh,
all
that was
Halloween.
another thing I got from Mad. Do you remember that show? I don't know if it's still on. American Pickers.
Oh
I think
yeah.
it's still on. I think it's still on. Yeah.
So there's an episode back in the day where they went to this shed across the street from this chick's house, and she had an old ass 1960s collection of Mad magazines, and they were beat up to shit. But I contacted the show, and I got with Frank Fritz, got his email address, and was talking to him, and asked if he would be willing to sell that to me, and I offered him more than I should have, of course. And but I said the stipulation is I need you to sign letter saying that it was these are the magazines from the show.
Right.
And got those, so that was really cool. And you know, all these things are at my shop right now. The Ward Kimball Mad magazines, they're at my shop, and we would probably sell them for like $5 a piece. It's got his name and address on the slip mailer and everything. And people just don't know what they're walking past when they come into that shop sometimes.
You got to do guided tours.
Yeah, you gotta. Oh yeah, I wouldn't be able to ever sing a song again. I would have no voice ever. I'd be talking so fucking much. Man, how long would it take to do a tour of that shop and do it justice?
What you can do is dress up like a clown and put a dolly track and make the murder tour, like in House of 1,000 Corpses.
Probably as long as we're open.
I gotta tell you guys something, right? So this is a funny story. At that shop, I have the shop next door as well. That's where I do the hail damaged vehicles. And at first, when we were setting up the horror shop, we were using the dent shop as storage area for the stuff because it was the down season for the PDR time. And we got sick of having to walk around, unlock the doors, make sure this door was locked because that store is not open, just to go back there and pick stuff up. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. So I didn't ask the landlord. I just busted a big ass hole in the wall and fucking made a doorway, right? Joe, you've seen this doorway, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's covered. There's a gap to the other building. It's covered up by a blanket, pretty much behind a ghost bob figure. And what's trippy is, we'll be sitting there in the PDR shop, listening for the buzzer to let us know someone comes into the horror shop, and they do, but there's like a 3-second delay sometimes. So when they come in, they go to the back And then by the time we walk out we like, could you imagine this? You go for the first time to this horror store. You walk to the back. You don't see anybody. You're looking at all this Halloween shit. And then all of a sudden a motherfucker walks out of the wall. Some of these people look like they're going to fucking shit their pants. It's so funny. I was telling Matt, we were having this conversation, I believe, that we should do like set up a camera right there and just start like jumping out when people fucking come by. But
Make it a part of the experience.
Well, with my luck, my luck, man. You guys have known me long enough. Somebody dropped damn dead of a heart attack. My luck.
You're like fail army.
Yep.
Yeah. That's true.
Or I'd be the one that gets punched in the face by the old lady and starts crying, looks like a bitch in front of everyone on fucking the internet.
Well,
man, that's good.
Brett had a question for you since you can't see it. He's asking if you guys are Spurs fans since you're from, I guess, the San Antonio area.
No,
Yes.
I do their cars. I do fix their cars, and I've met a bunch of them. But even when I meet them, I don't know who they are. To be honest with you, I don't pay attention.
Yeah, I was fortunate. We went to a game on last Thursday, and it was fun. It's just a lot of new faces, Like I don't like, who the hell is that? Who's that? I don't know who this, that, and the other. But I mean, to be fortunate to go to a game is always a joy.
Back in 2016. I had to entertain these clients, and we were doing. We were actually judges for the Tropic Beauty calendar. This was in 2016 or 17, I don't remember. But we were the judges, me, my brother, and my other partner.
Dickhead?
We were at this. We were touring around all weekend with the girls. They had appearances at all these bars in downtown Austin. And there was one, I forget the name of the club, but it's one where you had to have a password. You get on the roof. There's a pool up there, all this shit. And I feel like a total gangster. So I take a couple of pictures up there trying to look cool, post them to Facebook. Then my son hits me up. He's like, "Oh my God, you know who that is sitting over there?" I'm like, "Fucking who?" Like in the background, there's this just giant. I assumed he was a basketball player. I mean, African-American dude, 7 foot tall. He looked like he should have been if he wasn't already. But he says, "Oh my God, that's Miles." I think he said his name is Miles Turner for the Indiana Pacers. And I guess that's a big deal. I don't think any of us know that. It sounds
I
like.
know exactly who Miles Turner. He has like the dread hair. I know exactly who he is.
Yeah, check out my Facebook page. You'll see pictures of us with him and shit.
Yeah.
Or at least I think so.
He used to play for the Pacers, right? And then he got traded.
That's what I heard, but I didn't have a clue. I just thought it was cool.
Very cool. I almost forgot. Today was it was the release from Fright Rags for Michael's favorite Halloween 3.
I saw that.
Stuff.
Oh yeah.
So I'll be wearing that stuff when it comes in just to annoy you.
I was going to mention
my Silver
that news
Shamrock
on the
shirt and my
Halloween
pint glass,
but
Yeah.
I decided it wasn't relevant.
Hey, that's going to be my shirt for St. Patty's Day this year when me and the wife and kids go out to eat.
I'm gonna steal that idea because I've been looking at the shirts on Fright Rags. I sure as hell have.
Yeah, I noticed they had them about a year ago, the Silver Shamrock one, and just the regular green one, and I couldn't find them after that. I never got it, so this time I definitely grabbed one. I grabbed the pint glass, grabbed 2 pint glasses because you know me, I'm a geek. One's going to be in the collection, and one I'll bring on the podcast to drink my Guinness out of, just so Michael keeps seeing Halloween 3 on the podcast.
Fuck yeah.
Sean, you got that box?
That's the way I roll.
Yeah. We're going to wrap up the podcast in a minute. I got my brother in the room right next door. Say hey, Sean.
Hey, what's up?
It's a blast out here, man. Big dog, you're going to have to start traveling with us one of these days, man.
Where'd
It's
you
going to
go?
be a fun time. We got
Where's
a lot
that
of
off?
business to do out here. But
Actually, I got the wheels turning now. Brett mentioned that. I'm going to look at the Horror Hound weekend. If you guys are available, maybe I'll go out.
Yeah, I was,
just
how was-
keep me. Let me
How
know.
far is Cincy from you guys? How long a drive? Well, I would say a flight.
Well, if I'm in Dallas, like I am currently, I would be paying $70 for a Spirit Airlines flight to Cincinnati. But if I end up back in San Antonio, it'll turn into something
too.
$400 adventure or some shit.
My buddy who's in it's like is it Minneapolis? He said a round trip to San Antonio was like $1,000.
Yeah,
Oh, where? From
everything
where?
probably jacked up because they're just jacking everything up now just to be.
No, it should be like a 3
douchebags.
or 4 hour flight if I'm not wrong.
What, to Cincinnati?
Yeah,
No, 2.5 hours.
2.5.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's right due east pretty much versus Detroit, which it only takes 2 hours to get to, or 2 hours 15 minutes to get there. Because think about it, the wind blows northeast.
Okay.
So the planes get to Detroit or Cincinnati from San Antonio like way quicker than
Get the
it takes to
tailwind.
get back because you're fighting the wind.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. But yeah, trippy stuff.
Look at Matt with the promotion.
Yeah, he's moving on up.
Johnny on the spot.
Oh, are we gonna? Hey, do you got the music queued up?
Yeah, we can send it off with that.
Do you
Where's the
want to
music?
set us off with a commercial to adopt our pal here, our
see.
head knocker
Oh
pal?
no! Don't put it in my head. No.
Let's do it just for Pat. Come on, big dog.
Oh.
Ready? Ready when you are, Matt.
Hey, take the lead, dude. The music's going.
Oh, I couldn't hear it. All right, here we go. Hello. Each day, over thousands of these just collect dust at the NECA warehouse. And you just look and you see them playing and you think, you need to reach in and open up your heart and your wallet. And just for a mere $5 a month, or actually in this case, a mere $10 on Michael's Horror and Pinball auction, you can bring him home. Won't you open your hearts? Thank you. I'm Sarah McLaughlin, and I was famous for 15 minutes.
I like how you forgot. For a mere $5. Wait a minute, $10.
Nice. Well, that was a good one, gang. I appreciate you guys. Matt, close that place up nice and tight.
And we got so everything's good for the auction on Friday night.
You
Yep,
page.
we got the auction
No.
Friday. Go ahead, Matt. We got a couple things to throw out there real quick for anyone still listening.
Yeah, you got anything? Go ahead, throw it out.
Pretty much like we moved the entire auction to its own page, so it's a whole new thing. We got like a new setup going over there. If you guys want to check that out, share it around. I kind of shared it to the same page as I always do, so it should reach the same people. Besides that,
But it's called
Yeah.
Yes, the Horror Auction.
the username is yes the horror auction, and then the actual page name is like weekly horror auction.
Weekly horror auction. If you don't mind me asking, I'm just curious. How come you set a separate page? I'm just curious.
For another time, my friend.
All right, that'll be off the air conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious. Yeah,
Who are you?
yeah. I'm just
mention
nosy.
the Patreon. You guys check
Oh,
out the
Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon.
You want to
Yeah,
explain
got
how the Patreon works?
We had our first, Brandy Smith, right?
Yep.
Brandy Smith, thank you. God bless you. We love you. She was our first Patreon donator, hopefully of plenty. And it's not because this is nonprofit for me, as nonprofit as it gets. You can ask Matt. When every dollar we make goes into the same account, and all that account does is buy more product for you guys to come pick up.
Yep.
So I don't pull any. I got to pay Matt because we need some help, but I don't pull any $1 out of that shop.
Yeah.
So
True.
we want to be able to keep going because there's so many bigger plans with all the things we got coming up, celebrities coming, music videos starring celebrities. We got reality show stuff coming. We got all kinds of stuff. I'm geeked as fuck, and I'm looking forward to it.
Dude, you picked the worst day where I could have worn my Thoroughly Geek shirt with the fish on it.
Oh yeah.
Hey, well, if you're gonna do the intro, you got to get a picture of him and his ramen, his noodles.
Oh, dude, yeah, for the match show, just literally that's all you need.
Yeah.
Send me a picture. I need a picture of him eating.
Yeah,
snap
send
a
us some
picture.
good thumbnail pictures, big dog.
I got you. I'll send one tomorrow. I'll probably be eating ramen.
Hey, much love to you guys, man. Wish me safe travels, and you guys have an amazing week. We'll see you at the auction on Friday night.
We'll see everybody in the auction on Friday night, and take care, all.
Love and peace. Cheers.
In the arms of an angel. I don't think the audio stays on. Sad. Okay.